It's not as easy, or it's not going to be as easy as I hoped.
I feel like a real pirate. Got one leg working and the other one's like peg leg.
I got a face full of blowhole.
Hey guys, welcome back as we continue our journey down the Pacific coast of Mexico. Last week we embarked on a 24-hour journey from Nuevo Vallarta all the way down to Baja Chamela. Our goal is to make it all the way down to Barra de Navidad so that we can pick up my best friend and her 2 kids as they're going to be joining us for 1 whole week aboard the Vida Gypsea. Our anticipated course is to make a few stops along the way to the cute little bays all the way down the coastline so we can explore them, and also so we can come up with an itinerary for the crew when they get here. So today we are going to make a small 8-mile trip to a little place called Paraiso. But before we lift anchor, Kurt has some pressing issues to tend to on our mainsail.
We are a bit more rested today, and today is project day before we start heading further south. So priorities are, we have to fix this mainsail. We've got to get that reef line back in the boom and get it hooked up so that we have our #1 reef ready and accessible. And also we need to fix the outhaul. The little Dyneema line that was connecting the mainsail to the outhaul popped on us. It was showing some fray that I did not notice before we took off, but then we had actually another issue. We lost a grommet on the sail pack, and so once that sail pack dropped down, I was able to see the Dyneema line and I could see the fray, and I mentioned to Linda, oh, that thing's gonna pop. Sure enough, it did. And so we've got to get the mainsail connected back to the outhaul and get the reefing line run back through the boom. So I'm gonna get on it today, try to get those things knocked out so we can keep on moving and moving safely. I'm not sure how easy this project is going to be to get this reefing line back in here because I have not done any work on this boom. It doesn't look like it's going to be easy, but I'm hoping that somebody engineered this thing so that it slides down pretty easy. I have a pretty stiff line that I can feed down the end of the boom, but if you look at this boom, it's a long one. That is a long run I've got to get this line to go through. Well, as I anticipated, it was not as easy, or it's not going to be as easy as I hoped. That line that I have is just not stiff enough to run down the entire boom. There's not that much gravity helping me, so it's just bunching up in the middle of the boom as I push it through. Well, as I figured, I do not have anything on this boat that's going to help me get the line through the boom. It's not, looking at it, it's not really going to be that tough, but I'm going to have to get to a store. I need to get either a long fish tape or else get some thin PVC, something that's stiff and rigid that I can feed through the boom with the line in it, and then that way I think I can get it done. So I'm going to wait for another day on that one. We're going to go ahead and try to get the outhaul fixed on the main so that we have the full sail at our disposal, and then we have Reef 2 at our disposal, and that'll be fine for now. And after I get that outhaul done, then I'm going to look at this sail bag and see if I can get it rigged up for the time being so that we don't look so sloppy.
Well, Kurt did a great job fixing the mainsail and everything that was going on up there. He says it's a temporary fix because we don't have a store here to get a couple of things that we need. And all I've been doing is keeping him fed and laying here. I feel useless. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I broke my toe a week ago, and instead of sitting and relaxing on it like I should have been the last couple of days to get ready for this trip, I've been doing extra the most. So now it's seriously in pain, so I've been chilling here. But I will try my best to help out because we are getting ready to get out of here. We are going to the next spot, which is called Paraiso. That is paradise in English, and we are hoping that the place lives up to its name. Ready to go?
Ready.
Let's go. Yeah. Forward. I feel like a real pirate. I got one leg working and the other one's like peg leggy.
Aren't you supposed to be staying off that foot?
I am. Don't lie to them. Don't make me seem irresponsible. This is technically off. You take over here in a second. I was just getting us out of here.
Well guys, I spent the whole morning busting my tail trying to get this sail ready. I was excited to get out here and do some sailing because yesterday honestly was a bust. We've been so excited to get away from the marina, we've been so excited to get out on the ocean, and then we just had no wind whatsoever. So today I was looking forward to getting out on the water and doing a little sailing, and again we've got no wind. Again, it's overcast and dreary and our sails are flopping. I mean, we're sailing and we are out on the water, so I've got to be appreciative of that, but we are doing maybe 2 knots or so, just kind of floating around, bobbing around in the water, getting to our next location. Luckily, our next location is not that far, so we got time to do it, but it's frustrating sometimes.
As we sailed down the coast, we tried our luck catching some fish, but ended up accidentally catching some seabirds instead. We had to pull our lines in sooner than anticipated in order to not hurt them. Well, Kurt's sails definitely held up because we made it to the second leg of our hop down south to the fantastic looking Paraiso, cove, bay? I don't know what it is.
I think it's a cove.
It's beautiful. Really excited because we actually are going to stay here and play for a little bit for the next 2 days. But I'm nervous because I can't get the internet to work and I work tomorrow. So we will see how that shakes out. It's not over yet. This place was a little iffy on the anchorage, so Kurt's got to go do some diving. Make sure that we're nice and good for tonight, right?
Yeah, it's not really that iffy, but got a nice sandy bottom, and we only anchored in like 10 or 12 feet of depth, so it's not very deep. We didn't have to put out a lot of road, which is good because we've got rocks and cliffs on both sides of us. But since it is a short chain and it is shallow depth, then I'm just going to take advantage of that and go down and dive it and make sure that we're as snug as we think we are.
I just think you want a little bit of excitement and you want to jump in the water.
I really actually don't. I don't want to get salty, but
you need a shower anyway, so get to it. Is it okay?
hold. That was a little too close for comfort. I got a face full of blowhole. Well, doing some routine maintenance here on the generator, I noticed, because we haven't really run this generator in a while because we've been hooked to shore power, but I noticed when I was checking it and opened it up that I had a bunch of chunks of belt down here on the ground, and then looking at the belt, sure enough, it's just rotting. So all we have left is a little bit of the belt. You can see the actual cords in the belt coming through. So the belt is held on. Like I said, we really haven't been running the generator because we've been on shore power, but now that we are out on the water, we are going to be using the generator here and there to supplementally charge the batteries or run the water maker. So I've got a spare belt here on board that I've got to get installed before we can use this generator any further. It's always nice when you can catch the problems before they happen. So it would have been bad had that belt broken while we were using the generator and it overheated, or we didn't have any power or caused any larger problems. So the routine maintenance, checking your engine, is always a good idea because you can catch these problems before they become bigger ones.
Can I please come out and play now?
Gotta finish your work first.
It is time. I'm free. It's time to carpe diem, seize the day. I'm done with work, and Kurt's been working all day getting footage, but I haven't had a chance to check out this beautiful place yet. So we're gonna go and see what all this fuss is about these pirate style, creepy, fun, cool caves that are around here. So let's do it.
Well, we made it to this beautiful cove, but tried to keep it quiet because this is a nice tucked in cove, but the word got out. These guys heard that Vida Gypsea was in the Paraiso cove, and they came and parked right next to us.
They had to see what
it was all about. They heard Rigby was in the area.
Yeah.
So
don't worry, guys. You can get some autographs later. We'll be here all day. You can see these swells are pretty freaking rough today, but you can tell that these caves probably have some pirate gold in them because it's hard to get up in there, guys. But if I were a pirate, I would totally hide some stuff in there.
This is why we chose the life for Rigby, because she loves the water.
She loves to use me as a chair.
Well, the party continues to grow. We had this anchorage all to ourselves last night and all day, and now the mega yachts are coming in one by one. So we'll see how many mega yachts we can squeeze into this tight little cove. But they are pretty. Well, when you spend your time sailing, you're going to find that you hit some of those gray days, some of those nasty days where there's no wind, and it just really brings you down. But then you end up in a place like this, where there's not a cloud in the sky, it's beautiful, the waters are turquoise, and it just really lifts your spirits.
360 view of paradise all around.
It's beautiful. We did find paradise here in Paraiso. And so hopefully we're going to find more of those days and less of the gray days as we lift our anchors here and head down south.
Yep, so well said. Be sure that you guys hit like, be sure that you guys subscribe. Thank you so much for sticking around this week, and we will see you guys next week.
See ya.